Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. We're back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. We're back here in Ringwoods 4X by Stevie. So, this is going to be episode... I was almost going to go with 1, but I think I'm just going to keep the numbering going in order. But it's also going to be episode 0, because we're kind of starting over. So this is the update to the map. This fixes all the trees that you couldn't cut along the actual ring of the woods of Ringwoods, if that makes sense. But the trees do work now. I did notice that there's a few down there that are still some of the crooked trees that are not cuttable, but I'm not worried about those. As long as the actual ringwood trees are cuttable, they are cuttable, and they are. So, this is going to be episode, I guess, number 5 still, but also 0. So, we are starting over. I got almost everything back the way we had it. I am going to make a few changes, though. Considering all the assets that we had, too, and this is not going to be a total because there's no way to really calculate how much silage we had produced, how much, our dried soybeans would have gotten us. I'm just kind of starting us out just over 2 million, and acquired the land back that we had, which wasn't much except that one field north of the farm. So yeah, but I have made a few changes, and I have no clue where I'm going. Where I want to go. Felt like I was going in the right direction. I don't think I am. I'm lost. Hang on, where am I? I'm there. I need to go that way. Alright, I'm just gonna run now. Like Forrest Gump. I've mentioned him a time or two. It's really a nice place. It's a beautiful town. So yeah, we're still gonna play it. Still gonna be here in Ringwoods. Question whether contracts are fixed. That I don't know. So we'll just do them, take them out, try them. The only thing we can do is try them. And yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, so I got our plow back. I did upgrade the baler. So I put the windrower back on it. Got our trailer back, got our mower back, got the truck back. That's just for using around the yard. I did go ahead and get a John Deere cultivator and the case cultivator. Got the hoe. Got our, what is that thing? The Gator, the John Deere Gator, side by side. So here is the next upgrades. I decided not to go back with the Deutz again, or the Massey Ferguson, and decided to go a more logical route, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But here we go. So I got our S7 back. I got the 8R back. So Fuzzy, you can relax. We've got the 8R tractor you can drive alongside the combine. But decided to get couple of fertilizing rigs. So I got the 6R 185, got the Case Maxim, and then I put a spray rig on the T6. This is the T6, so now we have a T6. So they all have the skinny wheels on them. And then we have our T7 Puma and 7R. So we got a 6R, 7R, we got the T6, T7, kind of going in an order here. And then I got some trucks. So these are the trucks. In the last episode we messed around with the Beaver Raider wood chip thing. And I got to thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? We need some trucks. We need some good trucks. We need something that's got something that we can haul silage with, something we can haul wood chips with. So I got us some trucks, and it's all themed. Got the John Deere theme, got the Case theme, got the New Holland theme. That's kind of the theme of the map here. So that's how we're gonna do it. All right, and I did buy the one soybean field back. So Fuzzy, old man, if you guys are here, we've got to harvest that thing again. So let's go over there, visit down there. All right, so yeah, we got to harvest this field again. All right, so I did not build back the grain dryer. We had that over here. We built the grain dryer over here, and then we put the refinery over here beside it. Not gonna build it back here. We're gonna go down here to the farm, and I think I want to put it in the farm somewhere. And I've kind of had some ideas. Here's the honey farm. So we had the harvester silo in here. I may build the harvester silos here again. We had one out in the middle, and well, if I do it again, I'm probably gonna, well, not if I do it again. When we do it again, I'm probably gonna build more than one. Or we could put the dryer system here. So there's options. I think the dryer system would fit right in here pretty well. Or we could come down to this end of the yard. I've got to sell back some of the, oh, there's a save. I got to sell back some of the stuff here. We got the Stevie dryer, the product fill point, those two sheds, and then, well, these little lime and stuff here, lime production. But basically, I could put it in here too. Get rid of these sheds. Because honestly, I'll be honest with you, I don't think we need that much room. That much, storage, I guess. And then if we built a different shed, we could have, you know, alternative storage too. Make a few changes here and there. So yeah, that's probably what we'll do. I don't know. We're gonna decide this here. But I also noticed with the, I don't know, starting over of the map, there's some nice fields around this now. Some real nice. So there's a soybean field north of the soybean field that we bought. There's a soybean field over there. I didn't even notice that one. There's a soybean field there. There's a soybean field there. There's a soybean field there. We got beans everywhere. So I think it's kind of a goal to get these fields. So we're gonna have to work a little bit to get those fields. But let's get started on trying to get the farm itself ready to go. All right, so this requires going into flight mode, or well, I call it flight mode. Ooh, what's on sale? Yeah, nothing really great. Okay, so we're gonna sell the dryer back first. How much do we get for that? We get 25 back for that. Okay. Sell this little decorative stuff here. And $1,000 back for that. Sell this shed. I've already sold the equipment back. So we get 53 back on those. Okay. The gas thing, because we have the gator with the tank on it. So we'll sell that. Okay, we'll sell this system. See if we get the 500 and something. Oh, we get 600 back on it. Yeah, it was 590 something, I think, because we were in the second day. So 600 grand back for this. I still can't figure out why it's 600 grand. There's nothing in there. It would tell you when you walked up to it if there was something in there, right? Yeah, I don't think there's anything in there. It's basically just a buy point. So, I don't know. Alright, so let's go in and sell that. We've got some great value fertilizer, so we have alternatives. We'll sell that. 600 grand. Thank you very much. Okay. And then I thought about it. These two sheds here, I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. Just really don't need them. So I'm going to get rid of these. We can get the 53 back on those as well. Alright. Now this shed right here, I'm going to keep that because that's the bale shed. Bale sale shed. Say that 5 times fast. Keep that one probably. Let's see. We want to get rid of, what was this one? Can't ever remember what these are. So this is the mineral feed mixer right here. And I may just go ahead and get rid of these and then put them back in if we want to. Let's see. This one does the chopped beets. Okay. And then this one does the lime. And we're not doing lime, so... Alright, we'll just go ahead and get rid of that stuff. And I really don't see... I don't know if we need the methane. Do we need methane for anything? This is where I think you can store methane? I don't know. Do we have anything that produces methane anymore? I guess one of the other silos over there on the west side maybe does. First things first, let's just get rid of this stuff. So 15 grand on that. Another 15 grand on that. So I can always build this mineral feed thing back. So that's 15 grand on that. Build that in the future. And then these sheds are worth 15 grand. I think those would be worth more. We'll sell those. Alright, I'll just keep that tank there for now. Alright, so we've got, I think, this end of the shed good to go. Into the shed, into the yard, into the farm, good to go. Not gonna get rid of any animals. Do need to get rid of these bunkers, because when we do the chaff, which we are gonna do, we are not gonna do the, what are these called? The bunker silos. We're not gonna do them like this. We have the harvestor silo. Alright, getting some good money back on those two. Alright, so I'll build... I gotta decide what to build here. I think the harvestor silos would be good here because we already have the other mixing silos by Stevie over here. And one of them is a silage one. That actually produces digestate, I think, as well. And we have the dryer, we have the manure, we have the TMR mixer. So it just kind of makes sense to maybe build those back over here again. And then I might sell this shed back. So we have this shed in the front. This is actually the bale storage shed, but this is not. But it looks like one, but it's not. So I'm leaning towards selling that and maybe just replacing it with another bale shed or something. I don't know. I'll decide that in the future. We're going to keep the old barn because I like it. And I think that's good. Now we need to start putting some stuff down. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the dryer back here. And then kind of see how that fits in there. So let's go find that. That's under, is that under factories? I think it is under factories. Somewhere. Or is it? You know what? I don't know. Is it under factories? Having a temporary brain fart here. Maybe it's under silos. I gotta find it. It's out there somewhere. I don't know. Grain silo. Trying to remember what it looks like. I really thought it was under factories. Let me go through here again and make sure that I didn't like miss it. It's in here somewheres. Somewhere out. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So the other thing is like near this somewhere. Where is that at? Oh, I downloaded a new pizzeria too. I don't know where it's at, but it's in here somewhere. A new one came out in the mod hub. There's that thing. Okay. So that's the refinery that we need. You know what? I need to hit R over here. Turn on my snapping. And I'm just gonna keep that little kind of road in the back there. Keep that walking path back here. This is actually a nice little pleasant little pond back here, so gonna keep that there. Gonna keep the happy little pond. And I'm gonna kind of recess this back just a wee bit. I wonder if I could fit more in the front. Or maybe put something behind it. Like another set of silos or something? Or maybe another shed? Yeah, I'm gonna move it more towards the front. Cause I might be able to put something in the back. So I'll just put it right there. I'll put a little gravel down there. Need to be able to get to it. All I gotta do is back the propane tank in there. So we'll put that right in there. So it is written, so it shall be done. Alright. Let's go back over here. There's our harvester silo down there. We want the AGI dryer. Rotate that around. Okay. Then we'll put this. I'll line this up just right. I'm gonna have to do the free mode thing, I think, again. Or maybe not. I can put it probably right there. Gotta get it just right. Struggled with this last time. Right there. That should get it. Alright, so there is our drying system. We can just bring our grain straight in there and dry it right there. I think there's room enough for like a shed over here. Or something else. We'll see what we can do. If we wanted to, we could probably put in more silos or, you know, something like that. And I think I'm going to put the harvester silo back down here. So this is the one we want. I think it's already lined up the way we want it. Yep. I'm just going to kind of put it right in the middle here. Just kind of like we had it. All right, we're back. Let's go take a look. So yeah, this looks pretty good. I like it. I do need to put the information boards back in. Go ahead and get this process cooking here. So we'll have some propane because we're gonna have beans. And then I need to put the information board back in here. I think I'm gonna put the big boards back in again because, you know, there's additional crops here, and it'd be nice having the bigger boards to, if we decide to put, you know, a lot of the other stuff, because these silos hold everything. I mean, they'll hold root crop, they'll hold grass, silage, you know, whatever we decide to throw in there. All right, and again, I might build some more sheds. We'll just kind of look at the farm here and see what fits where and what looks good. All right. So, what's next? Let's go take a look around. See what we can afford. Oh yeah, I did add reel mower too, and I finally got it to work. So when you look at like the edges of the fields that we own, anywhere where there's like grass that has these big bushes and like weeds and stuff, we can mow that stuff down now. You don't have to go in and use like the paint tool or anything like that. Just take a mower and just mow them down. And we might have to add some grass back in there if we want to keep getting grass from that area. But yeah, it's nice to be able to mow that stuff down, and it does work. So, okay, so that we own that bean field. We owned that before. Got to look at the price of some of these other bean fields though. I'm assuming these smaller ones would probably be ideal because these are probably cheaper. So that one's $649. I think we're probably gonna have to work our butts off to, you know, afford some of these. Let's go visit that one. So these won't be actually ready, so we've got a little bit of time to get some additional funds. These won't actually be ready until October or November, depending on if they're late beans or, you know, whatnot. But I think this has got some trees around it here. And it's got the grass that we can mow. Actually, these trees might... I think technically we own these common grounds. So yes, we do own these common grounds. We could go ahead and cut these trees out if we wanted to. Just to get the grass and stuff cleared up around it. I did not buy back that thing there though. We do have a sorghum field there that we could buy. And then I think we could cut those trees that are in there and then plow all that together. That'd make a nice long field there. That one's $649. I'm afraid to look at these big ones. That one's, wow, 2.4. That one is not as bad. That's actually cheaper than that field way over yonder. $4.95 for that one. This one is 1.9. Yeah, we're gonna have to get busy working on stuff. And 1.9. So yeah, we got to get to work. I think priority number 1 probably should be working on grass. I could get to work on like wood chips and trees and stuff. The only problem is like we can't sell the wood chips until January. Because I think the price, if I remember right, the price is better in January. So, but with silage we can sell, I think, all year long. So I think the priority would be working on some of the grass areas, mowing those. Actually, there is a dedicated grass field down here. How much is that thing? Pretty expensive. $9.85 for that. So we do have our own grass field up here. But for right now, I'm gonna try to focus on getting some of these other areas out there. So that field, I say the 2 cheap ones right now, at least. Go ahead and maybe get those. So that one's... They're not ready yet, though. So we can hold off, actually, on this a little bit. You know what? I think I am. The one bean field that is ready is going to be this one that we bought up north of the farm. So we'll have to get that harvested. We've got the wheat and canola field down there that we need to get harvested as well. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on getting those. What is ready to harvest? Let me look at that, maybe. Growth. So there's a sunflower field over here that's ready. There's poppy down there. Big barley field, but I bet that thing is... Yeah, that's too expensive for that field. We can't go that route. That's a dream right there. So I probably shouldn't stand in the road either. What is all this other stuff? Got some wheat. Poppy up there. Sprout. More wheat. Got some oat over there. Canola. And more poppy. So that's what we've got kind of around that's ready to go. How much is that sorghum field? That one's not bad. 5. Was that 588? Yeah, 588 for that one. That's not bad, considering we've got a lot of... Let's actually go over there. So this is where we had the dryer before. I would say this is not a bad deal. It's sorghum. We can use that. It's got trees on it. We could come in and take these trees out and store the wood chips. Mow this grass maybe one time. Get the sorghum harvested. And then we could technically, this is just a field road. Once we get this bean field harvested and get the sorghum harvested, we could plow all this together and make a real nice field. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull the trigger. We're going to buy this sorghum field and then maybe one of the other bean fields, or maybe a couple of them. We'll see how much money we have left. I'm about to spend money like I'm Jed Clampett or you know, what was the guy's name from Gilligan's Island? I don't remember. Let's see, is that it's ready to go? It doesn't have any weeds on it. That's a plus. Actually, none of this stuff does, I don't think. Maybe well, I don't know. Is that the bean field right there? That bean field might have weeds in it. We might have to spray that. But it looks like everything else is ready to go. I do need to check these other bean fields, though, before we get those. So we'll see if there's any contracts on them, and we'll fertilize those. I think the one bean field over here might be ready. We'll double check that. But the sorghum field is ready to go, so we'll buy that one. Okay. All right, now where... Gotta go back and look and see where stuff's at. So that bean field, it's been sprayed for weeds, but it needs to be fertilized. So there might be a contract out there on it. I'll look at that. Where is that other one? That bean field there. I think it's ready to go. It's been sprayed. So maybe we can invest in that one. Go visit it. Does it have any... It does have some trees on the side here we could take out. Yeah, I think this is ready to go. I'm looking at that grass field down there, though. Because if we cut that now, it's August. And I know it's grass, but... looks like it's ready to cut. We could get a grass roller. Got all these trees alongside it. How much was this? $9.85. Tell you what, we'll buy the bean field first. That one right there. The other ones we're going to have to work towards. Looks like I need to spray that one. Maybe there's contracts on these. This one's ready to go. Let's buy that one first. Actually, let me confirm that that is the bean field that we want to buy. I don't want to buy the wrong field. So yeah, that's the one we want. It's fully fertilized. It's ready to go. Let's buy that one. And then I think this grass field would be kind of the way to go. I've already bought the sawmill back. We got the common grounds, but the common grounds were kind of free anyway. So let's get that. Let's get that grass field. Start doing some mowing. All right. Now we're now we're broke and we don't have any money, but we are going to have bales. So that's a good thing. All right, I am going to get started on this. Let's see. I am going to take the 8R. Because I can put the mowers on this. We'll just leave that right there. I'm actually, would it be beneficial to fertilize that grass real quick before I mow it? I wonder, can you fertilize it when it's fully grown like that? Or is it like one of those deals where it's like ready to harvest and you can't fertilize a ready to harvest field? I don't know. Can you do that with grass? Well, you know what? Let's find out. Let me grab one of these other rigs and we'll get some great value fertilizer. That's what I've been calling it. I'll take the little 6R. Alright, I have no idea where this fertilizer is going to spawn at, so let me go ahead and get it. Wouldn't it be great if, like, the sail panel had fertilizer in it that you could buy? I think that would be great. That would be great. Alright. Let's get... So, this is 1,000... Well, that's 1,050, I think. Isn't it? Just for one? Yeah, it's 1,050. So, we get a little bonus. And it's cheaper to buy these this way, because the other ones are just 1,000, so you get less fertilizer and they're 1,900 something. So let's get, we're gonna need 10 of these, so we'll get 8 here. I'll just buy 2 rounds of 8. We're gonna need it in the future anyway. Okay, probably gonna spawn separate. I don't know where all they're going to spawn at. Oh no, they did kind of spawn close together. So you see what I mean by great value fertilizer? It looks like the great value boxes from Walmart. There's the first one. Okay. Takes a minute to fill this way, but you know what? If we're saving money with some great value fertilizer, I'm there. We're gonna go into bonus time on this episode. Since this is AKA episode 0, and we're kind of having to start over and, you know, get some stuff kind of established here. Got a Dr. Pepper, that's good stuff. I know how people feel about coffee in the morning. I feel the same way about my Dr. Pepper Zeros. Not full yet? There we go. Alright, let's go see if we can fertilize this grass field. I don't know that we can, but if not, I'm going to look around and see what fertilizing contracts are out there, because there's definitely some out there that we need to do. Great part is like this road, this western road, it's like the Pacific Highway. I mean, it connects to everything we have. We have the bean field there. We might have the bean field north of there. We have the farm. We have our canola and wheat field down here. And then we bought this grass field, so it all kind of connects here. Actually real nice. I don't feel right about cutting the trees, even though we do own like the common grounds around the fields. I really don't feel right about cutting the trees until we own said field. So we got a lot of harvesting to do. We get ready, Fuzzy. It's gonna be deja vu for Fuzzy, and if old man's here, it'll be deja vu for all of us. But I can come in and cut those trees if I want to. We own that field. We own that grass field there too. Need to get a grass roller though. That's something I do need to invest in before we run out of money. Completely. We don't want to run out completely. But we'll do some contracts too, and hopefully the contracts, knock on wood, they'll work. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna try to hire this out. Let's see if he fertilizes it. Okay, so we want 1 in row. We're gonna do 0 to go north and south. We want to start with the headland. Alright, let's see if this works. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. We'll see. Oh, nope, it might not. Field is not ready. So what we'll do is we'll invest in the grass roller, and then after we cut it, we'll roll it so that it's fully fertilized the next time around. But we'll get a lot of grass bales off of that. And we'll have the grass around the edges. If we get these trees cut, we can come in and cut all the grass like around the edges there too. So let's go look at contracts now. Is that the field that we are looking at? I think it is. Field 13. It's like destiny that it would be the first field that pops up on the contract list to do. You know, it's our destiny. All right. So, ooh, 99,000 for that. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that one for sure. Let's see. What, I don't remember what the other field numbers were. Is that one of them? It's over there on the edge. Living on the edge. It's the one south of the pad there, I think. Field 30. That's the one below that. Some of these, yeah, some of these are big money, but we'll come back to those maybe, or maybe just go ahead and take them out and kind of sit on them until we get these other ones done. I'm hoping contracts are functional now. Alright, we did buy a spray rig, so we can do those too. You know what? I can hit the button and stuff pops up. I forgot about the button. I can hit the button. Woohoo! And nope, it's still coming. It's still. You can see the bar there shrinking. A little scroll bar. Oh crap. Okay, I'm gonna come back and hit the button again in the future here. We got some hoe missions. Contracts, missions. I'm so used to calling them missions from back in the day. So let's see. We got some good ones here. We'll do that one. We'll do that one. 75,000. Thank you very much. And some of these might be some of the fields we're looking at. I haven't looked at that. Some of them might be these bean fields. Let's see if any of them are. That's not one of them. That's not one of them. I don't even know where that's at. I don't think that's one of them. That's not one of them. Okay. I was hoping there would be... Oh, well, you know what? I haven't gotten down into the spraying part yet. Let's see. Is are any of these one of them? I don't even know where that's at. Where's that at? Field 26. There are some weeding ones. Oh, you know what? I need to go in and filter a lot of these out. I need to go in. I did not go in and set that stuff up. So I've got to go in and filter some of these contracts out. And that way we can get more of like the spraying ones, the hoeing ones, the fertilizing ones, etc., etc. And we can populate more of those to go. So we're not going to be doing any weeding ones because we don't have a weeder. Although that ain't bad for weeding. Get a big one. Yeah, I'll go in and set that stuff up. So let's take this rig up there. We'll fertilize that big bean field we're looking at. And then we will have loan that we can take out in September. And the fields technically won't be ready until October, so yeah. I need to get started on the grass though. I need to get this grass mowed. I need to buy a grass roller, not a field roller, a grass roller. Matter of fact, let me do that while I'm driving down the road. That's always safe to do, right? Find grassland care. I'm just going to go with these right here. We'll put those on there. Make it green. Why not? Do yellow rims. Why not? And take the plate off. We don't need a plate on there. Alright, we got a grass roller ready to go. So we can grass roll both of our, grass fields here. Alright, we are just about into bonus time. Got a lot of contracts. Be nice to have that wheat field there too. Alright, we want to do this one, I think, east and west. So we'll set that to 90. That looks good. Start with the headland. And away we go. Alright, I'll let him run there. I will go grab that tractor and get to mowing. And a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and, before I forget, set up that contract thing. Is that under this or general? I think it's under general. So let me start from the bottom. So the vehicle speed sync, I may take that out because I can never get that to work right. I don't know. I just, for some reason, I can't get it to work right. And there's a lot of stuff in here. There's lumberjack settings. This is it. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So we want to do rock contracts. Actually, I did notice there is some rock out there, so I might keep these. We'll keep the wood stuff too. I mean, it's, Ringwoods. Now stone picking, we'll set that to 0. We don't want any of those. Tedding, yeah, we'll keep that. We might buy a tedder. Actually, you know what? No, we're not gonna have a tedder. We have the drying silo. What does that say? Mowing. Fertilizing, we'll keep that. Spraying. Weeding, we'll set that to 0. Hoeing. Harvesting. Sowing, we'll set sowing to 0 because we're not about that life. We'll keep the cultivating, we'll keep the plowing. What is that one? Bale wrap? We don't actually have a bale wrapper. I'm going to set that to 0. I don't think we're going to be wrapping any bales here. We have the harvestor silo to make our silage, so. There's bale contracts. I'll just leave that one alone for now. Rock removal reward. So this gets into the reward where you can set it to be like the normal reward, or an extra bonus, or 3 times the reward, or something like that. Crap. I hit a button. Okay, it took me right back. No, it didn't. Hang on. What did I do? Stuff's happening. Let me get. It took me right back, and then it didn't. Okay, let me go back up to it. Okay, so yeah, that's the reward. We don't want any boosts there. So technically this is contract boost, but we're gonna get the regular reward for the contracts, the regular pay. Now I do need to change something here. We don't want any sugarcane contracts. I might keep the potato ones because I'm planning on buying that thing. Peas and green beans, we'll keep that. Harvest contracts. What does that say? Over straw baling. I don't know what that means. I'll keep some of this stuff on. Allow picking stones? No. Allow collecting hay, allow collecting grass. Some of this stuff you really almost don't even have to touch. These I do have to touch up here. I've got to change these to, so maximum contracts per type. We'll move that up to 20. I've learned 20 is kind of like the magic number. Maximum contracts per farm. We'll move that up to 20. And then the reward factor. So we'll turn that down to 1. So that gives us the original reward. And that should apply to the next one, I think. I'll go back and hit the button and refresh everything. What does that say? Enable contract value overrides. I think that's this stuff. Enable contract value overrides. Yeah, we'll just leave that there. Because we've got it set to 1 now. We're not getting a bonus on the rewards. Don't know what that means. What does that say? Enables overriding contract system default setting values. Disables the next 4 settings if set to false. I don't know what that means. So I do know I've got it set down to normal now though. And then I've got the number increased for us there. Okay. So I think that will get it. So I'm going to save right there. I'm going to go in and clear the contract list out. You do that by pressing the right stick button. Then it just takes us back to the active. And then I'm going to go hit that button and just completely refresh the entire list. So there shouldn't be any like fieldstone contracts in here or anything like that now. Just more of the contracts for, you know, the stuff we want to do, fertilizing, cultivating, plowing, etc. See, we have more of them now. Alright, let's see if any of them are the fields that we want. Actually, that's one right there. That's one of the bean fields we're looking at. We'll take that one. I don't actually know what's in that field. It's on the west side. I think that's one of them right there. That's field 29. I think that's one of the fields we're looking at. Yeah, that's one of the fields we're looking at. So that's 29 down there. We'll do that one. Okay, got a lot of contracts to do. I think that's the bean field over there on the east side. Yep, it's the one right below that little pad there. Okay. So we'll do that. That's the one above the pad over there. And I think we're good to go from there. I think that's all the bean fields that we wanted. It looks like there are some pretty decent ones out there, though, that we could do additionally. Let me go down and look at the hose here. 74. That ain't bad. Spraying. Are any of these? Where did we decide this was at? Field 26. Oh, it's that one. So I think that's potatoes. Yeah, that's potatoes. I have come to have a soft spot for potatoes now that we have that new harvester thing. Okay, so I think that's good on like the contracts there. We got a lot of them. grass roller. We got our mower. Some fertilizer. I think we're in the right direction now. We'll take all of our grass directly right now to the harvester silo, and I may go ahead and build 2 more harvester silos if that one gets full. That way we can produce, you know, lots of silage. I do need to go feed the cows, get the TMR stuff going. I think we need to feed the sheep. Maybe buy some goat milk. Well, not buy some goat milk, buy some goats so that we can have goat milk. Make some goat cheese. My grandpa used to talk about goat cheese all the time. I guess he grew up eating goat cheese. I've never had goat cheese. I mean, I might try it, but I don't know, you know. I don't know. I might try it. You gotta try it once, I guess. Alright, so we want to do, I guess we'll go ahead and do 2. We'll do 0 to go north and south. Just gonna hire this out. Let him mow that. Speaking of trying things, I did try the new burger from McDonald's. The Big Arch. Man, that thing is heavy. It's huge too. It's a big burger. It needs to be, you know, huge and heavy for the price. That thing, man, phew, that thing is up there. That thing, by the time it was all said and done, it was close to $10. By the time you got done, you know, with the taxes and stuff on it. It didn't taste bad. It's kind of like, I hate to compare it to a Big Mac. Oh, this is not. I need to change this. Hang on. I need to put these down. There we go. We want you to row, buddy. It's okay because we have the new baler. And it'll just row it up for us. So that little baby will be okay. But from now on, I want you to merge the grass here into a row. There you go. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Okay. But yeah, it's not a bad burger. It's heavy. It's very. It's over 1,000 calories, so I'm probably just gonna eat the one. I'm probably not gonna get it again. It's got 2 quarter-pound patties on it. So does that make it a half-pound burger? I guess it does, doesn't it? Ooh. Yeah, it's probably not good for you. So that might be one of those, you know, once in a lunar eclipse moon burgers that you might eat or something. Or an emergency if you're like on the road or something like that and there's nothing else. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, I've got a lot of contracts, fertilizing contracts out there. I may go get one of these other tractors and get it rolling. Need to get one of the tractors on the hoeing contracts. But for right now, I'm going to get this all kind of set up and going here. Alright, I think this is a good restart. Most of the time, you don't, with Stevie updates on the maps, you don't need a new game save, but this one was really necessary because now you can cut those trees around the, well, the Ringwoods. So, and that's the map. That's the Ringwoods. So, I may have to buy some more fur. Yeah, I may have to buy some more fur. I may run out of a great value fertilizer here. Alright guys, so that's the update here. We'll come back here Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time over on twitch.tv/thegrainarcade. Make sure you check out John's channel as well, twitch.tv/pumaplow. They're working on Iowa Plainsview. That was a fun map as well. And I would imagine that once we get past all the update phase here, John might jump over to this map too. So, can't wait for that. I look forward to watching that. Alright, until the next time, guys, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.